Tom Shadyac on the line with us, the award-winning director of Bruce Almighty, Ace Ventura, Patch Adams, the Nutty Professor, and his most recent, I I Am. And the website is I Am the Doc, as in documentary. I Am the Doc, THEDOC.com is the website. And I Am, this movie that Tom Shadyac produced and essentially stars in, is going to be playing in this upcoming week on Free Speech TV. Dish and Direct and cable systems around the country and on the internet. You go to freespeech.org or it's probably the best for showtimes and information. Tom Shadyac. Hey, Tom, welcome back to the program. It's been a while.
Tom, how are you? And you neglected to mention that you also star in the movie I Am. So I've worked with some of the sexiest leading men in Hollywood, and that includes you.
Well,
so
thank you, sir.
Yeah, you were wonderful in the movie. And I think the time it's playing is Saturday. I think it's playing this Saturday, December 20th at 8 o'clock Eastern time. That's what I was told.
Great. So that would be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Great.
tomorrow.
And this is, it's a great, it's, it with just a little bit of tweaking, it could become a classic Christmas movie because it's really this essential story about what is the meaning of life. It was your search for the meaning of life after a horrible biking accident.
I actually, take that at face value because I liken it to It's a Wonderful Life, where George Bailey learns, of course, that he became wealthy because he created community. And that's what I woke up to in my own life, that there was a kind of wealth that my society had not emphasized, which is the wealth that comes with being a part of uplifting others. And that I Am, I think, essentially, I hope, inspires people to see that value in their own lives.
Yeah. Tell our viewers and listeners, not everybody is familiar with your movie I Am, which will be playing tomorrow at, what did you say, 8 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern.
On Free Speech TV, and you can, and if you don't have Free Speech TV on your television, you can watch it on the internet at freespeech.org. For people who are not familiar with us, you want to give us the elevator pitch?
Well, the elevator pitch, I call it the ultimate reality show because the idea of reality is to see things as they are. And I don't think our society's been crafted around the way things actually are. So it started when I had a bike accident a few years ago, and I got a bad concussion that led to post-concussion syndrome, and I nearly died. And I had, over the course of attaining quote-unquote success, I had woken up to certain ideas. I got the American dream, if you will, and it felt a bit empty. It didn't pay. It didn't bring the fulfillment that I was promised. The good life was not as good as I was told. And I started to see things through a different prism. And I went out and explored that idea of what has gone wrong with our world and what can we do about it. So I talked to folks like yourself who have been looking into the social ills and the fixes. And I wanted to reduce it down to some very simple principles. And you woke me up to an idea, Tom, that became one of the center points of the movie, which is this idea of Wetico, which is a Native American idea that we're all living under a kind of mental illness. Where we take all that we can take. This is you were talking about the economy while I was on hold, and so much of what I think has gone wrong, Martin Luther King talked about extensively, Gandhi talked about extensively, is we uplift people who take more than they need. And of course, that's not a value reflected in nature. It's not a value reflected by our moral leaders. And I did the same, and I was uplifted by my society and told, you are now a winner. And I think in many ways it was a very hollow victory. And now I feel, again, much more happy, more robust in my life because I'm sharing what comes in. I'm helping to create community. I'm helping to provide opportunities for others. And I'm trying to be that change that I want to see in the world. But there was an idea, again, that you woke me up to. I had to write the movie as I went because I was making discoveries. And you taught me about this mental illness when the Native Americans saw this European idea coming, this Western idea coming that we just take indiscriminately, regardless of need, and they called it a mental illness, and I agree.
Yeah, brilliant. Tom, last time we talked, you had, and in the movie, actually, you show everybody this extraordinary multi-million-dollar mansion that you had. I mean, you were a famous famous director. You basically made the career of Jim Carrey, in my opinion. I don't know if you would agree with that, but you had all these movies: Ace Ventura, Patch Adams, Nutty Professor, Bruce.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Jim, I made you, buddy. But Jim is incredibly talented, but I helped.
Yeah, and the consequence of that was that you made a pile of money. You made millions of dollars, and in the movie in I Am, you walk us through that mansion, and then you essentially say you're giving that up. How's it going now?
It's going good. I'm still in process. People flash the headline that I moved to a mobile home, and they that's a way of dismissing my journey. This was not about giving things up, but about discovering things that were more powerful. And the mobile home park that I moved to, it costs a lot of money to live there. It's a much simpler way of life. It's only about 1,000 square feet, these mobile homes, but it is a beautiful place. And again, it costs money. And I didn't feel I gave anything up. I met neighbors. I created community. And I'm still a work in progress. I've given away much of the funds that have come in, and again, I feel infinitely wealthy for it. Like George Bailey, at the end of It's a Wonderful Life, to talk about that Christmas movie, he said, I'm the richest man in town, and I feel like that quite often.
Yeah. And in fact, it's been 20, 30 years since I saw It's a Wonderful Life. I don't remember does it take place around Christmas? I mean, is it overtly a Christmas movie, or have we simply adopted it as one because the message is so uplifting?
Well, it's right around Christmas, and yes, no, it's there's scenes of snow and Christmas lights. But,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But it is, boy. I mean, if you really look at that movie, it really speaks well to. It's a revolutionary idea. I mean, George Bailey, is supposed to live this life of travel and excess and luxury and privilege, and he gives it all up to help his neighbors, to essentially allow them to build homes at rates that they couldn't afford by other lending institutions. So he doesn't make a lot of money, but he ends up to be, of course, the wealthiest person in town because he's helped to uplift others. The
original good bankster.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an amazing concept.
And unfortunately, Potter. You remember Potter's the sort of the arch, the
bad guy,
the anti-hero.
Yeah,
and he's what we put on covers of magazines today. If you're Potter, and you've pulled out billions and more, you're who we say, hey kids, grow up and be like him. And we just got it upside down. And I think the reason the film I Am speaks to people is they already know this stuff. They know that we can't continue this way. They know that something's going wrong. It's not about 99 versus 1%. It's about all of us recognizing that there's just a healthier way to live, a more equitable way to live.
Especially in the richest nation on earth, the fact that 1 in 4 of our children lives in poverty, that 1 out of 20 of our children at some point in the last year did not, went to bed hungry. I mean, this is bizarre stuff for the richest nation on earth.
Yeah, and if we were having incredible outcomes in terms of happiness and healthy lifestyles amongst the wealthy, then it would be one thing. And I can report that being one of those in the petri dish, the experiment of happiness, that the more I have given to others, and again, I'm giving myself what I need, whatever I need, I'm able to give myself.
Sure.
But the more that you involve yourself in a community and uplifting others and providing opportunities for others, the more happy you get.
There you go.
And we see it all over in terms of happiness studies. We are not the happiest country in the world, and other countries are doing things that I think we're slowly catching up to.
Very well said. Tom Shadyac, I Am the Doc, the documentary. IamTheDoc.com is the website. The movie will be 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Saturday on Free Speech TV.
This is the Thom Hartmann Program.
Tom Shadyac, thanks so much for being with us, Tom.
I love you, Tom. Take care, brother.
Great talking with you. Thank you, sir. Back at you. We'll be right back.